It was a competition for the ages. Winning streaks and close finishes highlight the Masters divisions. Teenage Titans put together dominant performances, and one man is perfect in the adaptive divisions. That's next on Game Central. Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of Game Central presented by Thorne, the official supplement provider of CrossFit. I'm Sean Woodland, and today we're taking a look back at the age group and adaptive division competitions at the 2022 NOBULL CrossFit Games, and we saw plenty of exciting finishes and tight races across all of those divisions. Let's start with the Masters. Only 10 competitors in each division, and that meant the pressure was on in every single event. Here are the winners on the men's side in the Masters divisions. Brian Wong takes the 35 to 39-year-old age group by 30 points over Roy Gamboa. Mike Egan wins his first Masters championship in the 55 to 59-year-old division. Shannon Aiken was dominant in taking the 60 to 64-year-old division, as was Cal Charrington in the 65 plus. Jason Grubb defended his title in the 45 to 49-year-old division. It's his third straight gold medal. He also won the 40 to 44-year-old age group in 2019. Grubb finished 70 points ahead of second place Mike Kern. Grubb rattled off 5 straight wins at one point, and he never finished lower than 5th in an event. The men's 50 to 54-year-old division gave us one of the closest finishes we have ever seen at the games. Sean Patrick wound up taking first place because of a tiebreak over Richard Stevenson. Patrick put on a late charge, winning the final 3 events, and that's what allowed him to take the tiebreak. This is the first time that Patrick has competed at the CrossFit Games. Let's move on to the women's side of things. Here are your winners for their Masters divisions. Former individual games competitor Amelia Lepinen takes the 35 to 39-year-old championship. Canada's Kim Purdy is your winner in the 50 to 54-year-old division. Shanna Bunce takes the 55 to 59-year-old title by 80 points, and it's Julie Holt who wins the 65 plus division. The 2 divisions covering the 40-year-olds belong to a pair of Brits. Kelly Friel edges out Jen Ryan in the 40 to 44-year-old category. Friel had a pair of event wins and never finished lower than 5th place. This is the second straight time that she has won that division. In her 4 appearances at the games, Friel has never finished lower than 2nd in the 40 to 44-year-old division. And over in the 45 to 49-year-old age group, Ali Crawford found herself in a tight battle with Finland's Merituli Kallio. Crawford would wind up taking first place by just 10 points. This was Crawford's 3rd appearance at the games as a master, but the first time that she has stood on top of the podium. It was not the first time for Mary Beth Prodemitis. She won her 5th career Masters championship. She had a great battle with Canada's Patricia McGill, but would wind up edging her out by 20 points. This was the 9th time Prodemitis has competed at the games as a master. She has also finished first in the 50 to 54-year-old and the 55 to 59-year-old age groups. Let's move on to the teenage competitors. Here are your winners for both the boys and girls. Lucy McGonigal runs away with the 14 to 15-year-old division. She won by 100 points. RJ Mestry was even better for the boys. He won 7 of the 8 events, and it's Ty Jenkins who takes the top spot on the podium for the 16 to 17-year-olds. Olivia Kerstetter also blew away the competition in the 16 to 17-year-old age group. She wins by 170 points. Kerstetter never finished lower than 3rd in an event and won 3 of the final 4 to cement her victory. This is her 2nd straight championship. She also finished first in the 14 to 15-year-old division last year. For a closer look at some of the top moments that we saw in the age group competitions at the CrossFit Games, here is Tommy Marquez.
Thanks, Sean. Plenty of action to choose from across the 18 different divisions competing for the age groups this season. We're going to try and spread the love across 5 separate divisions for our top 5.
Starting with Jen Ryan in the women's 40 to 44 division on day 2 of the competition, fighting off Becca Voigt-Miller for the event win in mixed mode madness. This event was madness to start, and Ryan was the only woman in the field to actually complete the entire first interval of muscle ups and obstacle course under the time cap. It would be enough of a cushion for her to hold on to her third event win in a row, which would put her in the top spot overall heading into the final day of competition. Number 4 comes courtesy of the women's 50 to 54 division and Taya Gebbie in rinse and repeat. Remember, all athletes from all divisions did the same work in this test, and Gebbie, the eventual silver medalist in the division, flexed her pool prowess and had enough time to notch 103 calories on the ski erg to win the event. She was the only woman in her division even swimming during the final intervals, and with her score at 50 years young, she would have beat 7 women in the individual division at the games this year.
Up next for number 3, we had ourselves a 3-horse race in the men's 55 to 59 division. Antonio Boldrini, Andy Kuhlman, and Mike Egan all barreling towards the finish line in the final sprint finale, deadlocked going rep for rep on the final sandbag reps. The podium was in the equation for all 3 of them, and Egan and Boldrini were side by side, keeping pace, but a few lanes down, Kuhlman holds on to go unbroken on the final reps and pull even as all 3 jump across the finish line in a photo finish as all 3 were separated by less than 0.4 of a second. Boldrini holds off Kuhlman for the podium by 15/100ths of a second. Just madness. Number 2, I think RJ Mestry has been watching a little too much NBA basketball recently. Mestry, towards the end of the Parallel Elizabeth on Friday, channels his inner Steph Curry out on the Coliseum floor as he finishes his final parallel bars traverse, then puts him to sleep en route to his 3rd event win in 4 events. Just like Curry and the Golden State Warriors, though, Mestry backed it up on the competition floor, earning himself a title as he dominated the boys' 14 to 15 division, winning 7 out of the 8 events across the week. And finally, for number 1, we're sticking with the teenage divisions for our top moment. And on the final day, the teenagers faced perhaps their most formidable test in carrying Karen. The time cap and loading was stout, and out of the 20 young men and women that tackled it in the 16 to 17 division, only 2, that's right, 2, managed to finish underneath the time cap. Rokvi Gudnason for the boys and Olivia Kerstetter for the women. For Gudnason, it was his 2nd event win of the week after winning the similarly endurance-heavy 3 ways down event to start the weekend. And for Kerstetter, in addition to a 2nd straight title in the teenage divisions, it earned her the distinction as the only athlete in her division to make it under every single time cap. Hats off to them both. Those are the top 5 moments from another phenomenal year of competition for the age groups at the games. Hats off to all athletes in all divisions that rightfully earned their place out on the competition floor in Madison. Sean?
Thank you, Tommy. Let's turn our attention now to the adaptive divisions, where there were 5 athletes competing in 3 divisions each for the men and the women. Charles Piner is your champion in the men's lower extremity division, and it's Brett Horchard taking the neuromuscular division. For the women, Camille Vigneault is your upper extremity champion. Valerie Cohen wins the lower extremity division, and it's Morgan Johnson winning the neuromuscular category. But with his top moments from those competitions, here is Tommy Ozga.
With 4 returning champions, but a field more than half filled with Games rookies, the 2022 adaptive divisions at the CrossFit Games left plenty of room for opportunity. And while it was nearly impossible to whittle down, let's take a look back at 3 moments that you may have missed in Madison. Number 3, Rogan Dean took the idea of a final sprint to heart. Sitting in 3rd place heading into the final workout, Dean found the perfect time to claim his first event win of the weekend. Only 5 points ahead of 4th place, but only 10 points out of 2nd, Dean blasted through the 2017 regionals repeat in under 2 minutes. The event win would vault Dean into a 2nd place overall finish, capping a promising rookie season. In number 2, Lechin Duplessis showed us how to turn potential into progress. Last year's lower extremity divisions adapted the 6K run event into a ski-erg time trial. All divisions got to take to the run course, and for Duplessis, this wasn't even a possibility last season. However, during the 2021 games, an online spectator noticed Lechin's impairment and reached out to her, offering knowing he would know how to create a brace, allowing her to run. Not even months after receiving the brace, Lechin was running 5Ks, and during the 3 ways down event this season, we got to see just how incredible this CrossFit community can be. And the undoubted #1 highlight of the weekend is reserved for only those who can call themselves the greatest of all time. Men's upper extremity athlete Casey Acree brought all the fireworks as he completed a perfect weekend, winning all 8 events at the CrossFit Games this season. This is only the second time this feat has ever been achieved, as Susan Clark did so back in 2019 in the women's 60+ division. In just 2 seasons of the adapted divisions at the CrossFit Games, Casey Acree has already amassed 14 event wins, and a number that may climb so high that it's forever untouched.
Thank you, Tom, and that is it for this edition of Game Central, presented by Thorne, the official supplement partner of CrossFit. Thorne helps athletes and individuals perform at their best by optimizing performance through testing and premium nutritional supplements. Affiliate owners and L1 trainers can buy quality NSF certified for sport products for your affiliate or for yourself at wholesale prices. Scan the QR code on your screen, create an account, and you can save 45 to 50% off. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland, and we will see you next time.